Gopala Astrology channel, where the science meets astrology for common man's understanding. Subscribe and stay tuned to this channel for continued astrological updates. Hello, welcome to Gopala Astrology channel once again, ladies and gentlemen, and today we are going to have a very phenomenal video about the partial solar eclipse that is happening on the 25th of October 2022. So coincidentally for all the Indians, it's going to be a Deepavali day. It's the second day of Deepavali. We call it as the Amavasya or the Lakshmi Puja day, and this eclipse is going to happen right on that day. Okay, so in this video we are going to discuss about the pros and cons of this particular solar eclipse, and which are the zodiac signs which gets benefit and which are the zodiac signs which need to take care. We are going to talk about it. We are also going to tell about certain impact on the geopolitics that is going on right now with Russia and the rest of the NATO and European countries. All right. So we'll talk a little bit about it, and then how is it going to really affect the recession of the world, which is coming up, which is evenly poised, and everybody is talking about recession now. All right. So let's talk about this, and also there is a subsequent lunar eclipse that may happen in the month of November. So there's a back-to-back eclipses. The solar eclipse is the first one, and I'm going to make a separate video on the lunar eclipse that is going to happen in the month of November. Okay, if you happen to visit this channel for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, please click on the bell icon and also subscribe this channel so that you will get a lot of information about the knowledgeable videos first time when I load it. All right, so let's go to the actual video. Always keep telling the sun is the engine of the horoscope. Everything depends on Surya or the sun, and when this sun gets engulfed with the Rahu Ketu axis, we call it as an eclipse. So literally, what exactly is the eclipse? Please understand that the phenomenon happens between the sun, moon, and the earth. Okay, so it's very simple. The moon, when it is perfectly aligned between the sun and the earth, it is going to result in what is known as solar eclipse. On the contrary, when the earth gets aligned in between the sun and moon, naturally it forms what is known as the lunar eclipse. All right. So now there are various degrees with which the eclipse can be understood. Whenever there is a perfect alignment of the moon, exactly when the moon comes in the center, it forms a total solar eclipse. All right. If it's having a variable degrees towards the blocking of the sun, and then you can see the partial solar eclipses and so on and so forth. All right, so the one which is going to happen on the 25th of this month is going to be a partial solar eclipse, something of this kind. All right, so now why are we talking more about this eclipse? It's very, very important to understand the geopolitical situation that is developing with Russia and the Europe and the Ukraine war. Right, so such things are going to get manifested more and more, because when you see the location in which this particular solar eclipse is happening, this is very significant in my opinion. So I have just taken these two snapshots here, and it's going to show us the path of the eclipse. Okay, it's going to be visible very much in India, all these Asian countries, including part of Africa here, and mostly the entire Europe, and it's going to finish until it reaches Greenland, right? So it's very evident that this entire portion of this planet is going to see and witness this particular solar eclipse. So let's put from the Indian perspective point of view, it's going to start right there at 2:28 p.m. in the afternoon, and 6:32 p.m. is going to be the time in which it's going to leave. So perhaps it's going to be just leaving just before the sunset that happens in India. All right, so I mean, you can always convert back to your own country's time. I've just given the Indian Standard Time here so that it is easier. Okay, so if you are in Singapore, you are viewing this video, you should just add 2.5 hours, and it will be roughly about 4 o'clock. It starts in Singapore, and then it's going to be ending at 9 o'clock in the night. All right, so there are a lot of do's and don'ts. There are so many people who talk about this and scare people and all that. I'm not here to scare those people who are affected by this solar eclipse. Okay, we should take this in a very scientific way and interpret it astrologically as well, and then take precautions to avoid any damages that happens because of this. Please note that whenever an eclipse happens, the effect of that astrologically is going to be there for about 60 to 90 days, right? 2 to 3 months. The effect of this solar eclipse is definitely going to be there, especially on those specific zodiac signs that I'm going to mention. All right. So let's go back to the chart that happens exactly on the 25th October. So I have just taken this as New Delhi as a reference for India. Okay, you can always do this. Go to Jagannath Hora, put it your own country, the latitude and longitude of that place, and then translate the time to your country, and you will know the chart of this particular instance that is happening. So when I put this as 25th October, 2:28 p.m. in the afternoon, I'm going to see this. It is happening in the zodiac sign of Libra. Okay, the moon is at Swathi Nakshatra. So Swathi a constellation, the first portion of Swathi constellation, this is happening. All right, and there is going to be an ascendant of Kumbha or the Aquarius. So this is the zodiac chart. I just put the Bhava Chalita Kundali as well, just to understand if there is anything significant. You can see that the Saturn is there right in the ascendant as well. Okay, so many predictions can be just given based on the time at which the gocharam of the or the appearance of the eclipse starts. Okay, so I'm not going to do those details. I'm just going to explain that it is could happen in the zodiac sign of Libra, and especially in Swathi. What is Swathi? Swathi Nakshatra is a very benevolent nakshatra, and remember, the owner of Swathi Nakshatra is also a snake, Rahu. Rahu is the ruler of the zodiac, the constellation or the nakshatra of Swathi. So the people, of course, Swathi people are very benevolent and very pious people, God-fearing type of people. So the effect of this eclipse is going to be quite severe, especially on the people who are born in Swathi Nakshatra. So they have to pay more attention when I talk about the Libra zodiac sign. All right. So it is directly happening right at the beginning of Swathi Nakshatra. Now, just to summarize, which are the three beneficial signs for this particular zodiac, for this particular eclipse. So if you see the three fiery signs, the Aries, the Leo, and Sagittarius, they are going to get benefit from this eclipse in one way or the other, right? So at least they are not affected. The fiery signs are not affected, whereas the earthy signs and airy signs, right? So which are the earthy signs? The Taurus, not Leo actually, Virgo, and then Capricorn. These three are earthy signs which are going to be affected as well. And the worst affected is the airy signs, the Gemini, the Libra, of course, and then Aquarius. So in a variable degree, if you want to rank the worst signs are Aries, air signs. The second worst is going to be earthy signs, and then the beneficiaries are going to be the fiery signs. And if you see the watery signs, I have not put anything there. There may be, they may have some health issues, kind of thing, minor way, but they are not much affected by this solar eclipse. Okay, so in a way, if you see this, in a way, when you see this axis, right? So this is where the Rahu is right there in Aries, and Ketu is going to block Surya. Okay, so there is going to be a conjunction of the Sun, the Moon, Ketu, and also the Rashi Lord. That means the zodiac Lord of Libra, the Venus, is also right now there in the zodiac sign of Libra. So that's going to be a very, very significant impact for Thula Rashi or the Libra zodiac sign for this eclipse. All right. So now let's just quickly summarize again which are the ones which needs to be more cautious here. The Libra, you guys will have some mental stress, health stress, And I'm not scaring here. You will really see this because there are your Rashi Lord is afflicted. See, whenever I'm talking about Rashi, it doesn't mean just it's the moon sign. You have to include the ascendant of Libra as well. Okay, always give equal importance to ascendants, which will tell you what is happening to you on physical level, and then the moon sign is on the mental level. So you always have to pay attention to both. So Librans have to be very, very careful. Libra moon sign and the Libra ascendant. And Capricorn is the next affected zodiac sign. You guys really need to take care about your health and relationships and even finance. Okay, and rest of these four zodiac signs will have the milder effect, but still you need to be extremely cautious because you are also going to have financial problems. I will explain to you in detail. All right, let's start our discussion with Mesha Rashi or Aries zodiac sign. So for you guys, it is happening right there in your first seven axes. That means, of course, when you see that the eclipse is happening in the seventh house, that means it is the other people, right? So you may enjoy good health and fitness. This is one plus point for you guys. And if you are a job professional, and of course there will be some debates in the if you are a job professional, you are working in an office atmosphere or in a factory atmosphere, you may have some debates. Please try to avoid it because it is still your 1/7 axis that is afflicted. All right, so you have to avoid debates. You may have some differences in your own life partner with your own spouse. Okay, so that is possible, but overall I can say that the beneficial part is more compared to the actual thing. Though the only word is, please proceed with caution. So whatever you're going to take activity, you want to do some investments, you want to do some job changes and stuffs like that. That I'm talking about the period of about 60 to 90 days, right from the eclipse day of 25th of October. All right, so that's what is my prediction for Aries zodiac signs. You have to be very cautious, but you can get some good results as well. So the best thing is to pray for Lord Ganesha. Ganesha is representing Ketu, which is right there in the seventh house from your ascendant or from your moon sign. All right, the next one is Taurus. So these guys have to be ready for challenges. That's what is put here. So you will have to face challenges. Why? Because this eclipse is happening right at your sixth house. So sixth house is the house of competition, and you will have there is a lot of explosion that is happening right there in the sixth house of competition. Okay, so challenging times at the workplaces will be there. You may have your own colleague who is competing, who are going to compete with you and give you much trouble and things like that. So always keep an eye on the financial matters again, and you may tend to take some loans. Okay, 6,000 represent loans, and yes, it is expected the same situation in terms of relationships as well. So you have to be ready for challenges. It's not going to be easy. You may not screw up the whole thing, but still you have to be extremely attentive to the health because 6,000 represents health matters as well. Okay, sixth house is also stomach, and you may get into some digestion problems, and you may have a tendency to eat sweets and other stuffs. It's a festive season. You have to be very, very cautious. All right. So Vrishabha Rashi, just be ready for challenges, and you will be able to mitigate that after the 90 days from this eclipse day. All right. Let's go to Gemini or Mithuna Rashi. So this is about the Mithuna ascendant or the Mithuna moon sign. All right. So please pay attention to your work. It's really affecting. It's going to affect your work because from the Gemini, it's going to be happening in the fifth zodiac sign. So fifth house is about creativity. You will become a bit dull, and there will be lack of creativity. Again, it is also relating to your relationship with your children as well. And then if you are planning for a romantic proposal to a new girlfriend or a boyfriend, you will have problems because fifth house represents love and romance, and there is an explosion of eclipse there. So you have to be very cautious, and there is even if you are a married couple, right? So you are going to have some misunderstandings. There will be a lack of love between you two. All right. So health is again a concern for every of the zodiac sign that I'm mentioning. The best thing is to pray for the goddess, the Shakti, in the form of Durga, and you will get the maximum benefits. Durga Sapta Shloka. If you are an Indian, you know how to say or pronounce the shlokas, you can always do that. Durga Sapta Shloka can help you a lot. But make sure you do not apply for any job changes. If at all you have already got a job, please stick into this job and just move on smoothly. All right, so don't get into any other arguments and troubles in your karmasthana or the workplace, because your creativity is going to dampen and it's going to go down. All right, so let's go to the next Rashi or the zodiac sign of Cancer. Okay, so it's the Cancer ascendant or the Cancer moon sign. How is it going to be? So again, health wise, it's happening in the fourth house of comfort zone. Okay, financially, again, you may have to be very, very careful in planning and spending. If you want to buy, you may have a tendency to buy new vehicles or a home and things like that. You have to be very cautious. If you're starting a new business, please do not start until you complete that period of eclipse. All right, so try to do minimum things in terms of investments, and again, marriage relationships. Fourth house, mother's health could be affected. I can say that, and any of the comfort zone and family atmosphere will have some tensions and turbulences. So that's where you will have the mental stress, as the fourth house is afflicted with this solar eclipse. All right, so always worship Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, and then we listen to Vishnu Sahasranamam in the morning times daily. It will help you a lot to mitigate the risks of this eclipse. All right, let's go to the zodiac sign of Libra ascendant or the Libra moon sign. All right, so nothing newsworthy things may happen on the health front, which is good. No news is a good news. That way, it is much better because it's happening right on the third house. So third house is the bad planet in the bad house is Raja Yogam, we always say. So some bad event happening on the third house is going to give you some betterment in results. And moreover, in the beginning of the talk, I already told that the fiery zodiac signs are going to be benefited from this eclipse. All right, in that way, financially, there will be, if you choose your investments carefully, you can have some investment return on your investments. Always, please watch out for that. And of course, again, if you are a married folk, you need to further strengthen the relationship. Already, Saturn is going to enter your seventh house of relationship by January, because right now Saturn is retrograding. He's going to enter back in the zodiac sign of Aquarius, which will be your seventh zodiac sign. So start preparing to have a smoother relationship with your spouses and all that, but at the same time enjoy the benefits of this financial gains after this particular instance of solar eclipse. All right, let's move on to the next Rashi, that is Kanya Rashi or Virgo zodiac sign. Okay, Virgo Rashi in terms of moon sign or Virgo ascendant should be watching this part of the video carefully. So here again, it's going to be a very strong ups and downs in terms of physical health, and you have to manage your finances very clearly because it's happening right in the house of finance, the second house. You may believe somebody and go and give them money, and that money will not come back to you easily. If at all, if it is lended during the period of solar eclipse, I'm talking about 25th October plus 90 days, plus 90 days, you should not give any loans to others. You may see the person, it may be your best friend or your best relative, a very close relative may come and approach you and ask some money, and if you happen to lend that money, you are financially you are not going to gain back anything from that particular lending. So in fact, that person may not even return back your money on time, and you will when you need it. So avoid getting into any commitments financially with others, and no investments, no speculations, and try to be very cautious. Okay, avoid starting any new work as well. Just be careful about your relationships within the family. So overall, what I would advise is you need to be very, very cautious. It's a mixed bag for you. Sudden surprises may be there, and beneficially, you may get some promotions later on. But right now, for the 90 days, you have to be very, very cautious. All right, so whenever the Saturn goes to your sixth house later on in January, I'm very sure you will get into promotions, and all your hard works are going to be rewarded in your workplace as well as business. All right. So please keep praying to Lord Ganesha, who is going to represent Ketu, which is right there in your second house of finances. All right. So let's move on to the next one, which is very, very important zodiac sign for tonight's discussion. So basically, Libra, or the Thula Rashi, or the Thula moon sign, or the Thula ascendant, right? So this is the zodiac sign that has to be very, very cautious. It is right now happening in your sign. So the sun is there, and the sun gets debilitated as well in Libra, and now the Ketu is going to come and engulf sun, and it's a new moon day. And please remember, the power comes to Libra through Venus. The zodiac sign of Libra is ruled by Venus, and the owner himself also becomes a part of the eclipse. And that's why, please be very cautious. Do not drive. You may get into some accidents. Okay, financially, you may face difficulties. You will have mental tensions and tortures because of the moon is in that axis. There will be a lot of anxious moments. You may have tendency to have the relationship problems if you are newly married, or you are planning to get married and stuffs like that, because you don't have the Guru Balam and you don't have the Shani Balam as well. And in between this particular instance of solar eclipse is happening, so it's better to be very cautious and just look back into your dashas and antradashas from the main natal chart. If that dasha and antradasha is doing good, so these effects will be not much affecting you. All right, so that's what I'm saying. So overall, you have to be very cautious. Some difficulties are right there on the cards. Okay, so I'm giving you alert message even 3 to 4 weeks back, previous to the instance that is going to happen. Next one, let's move on to the zodiac sign of Scorpio or Vrishchika Rashi. So the moon sign or the ascendant of Scorpio, you will have a lot of expenses, because this solar eclipse is happening right at your 12th house. Okay, 12th house is the house of expenses and uncalled expenses. Okay, somebody gets sick in your family, you have to bring them to the doctor. Okay, and your own health front, you may have to be very cautious, and you keep getting minor health problems every now and then. Okay, 12th house represents feet and leg. You may have problems in the leg, remember that. And then this is probably the challenging things for the natives to get engaged in a job or a business. So please understand, again, the relationship also is going to be affected with a partner. Your partner will get tougher and tougher and challenges you, and so you have to be cautious. So in one word, what I advise for Scorpio zodiac sign people is, you will have a lot of expenses. Keep yourself very cautious. Okay, keep your wallets careful. If not, you have to keep spending, and money gets drained out. You will not know how much you are spending. Okay. So the next one is the opportunities. This is a very good news for Sagittarius moon sign or Sagittarius ascendant. It's a fiery zodiac sign again. So for you guys, new opportunities may knock your doors. Suddenly, people who are working, they may change. They may get an offer from some headhunter, for example, and then you may get hired, and you may think of resigning your current position, because you are going to have a chance to increase your income. All right, so for you guys, it is happening right there in the 11th house of income and sudden incoming gains. Okay, and you will have a enlarged friend circle and things like that. So this I think is going to be a good time for Sagittarius ascendant persons, and just make sure you concentrate on your diet, eat proportionately as and when your body needs, and you control your emotions. And if at all you get a chance to get into another job or establish a new business, please do not hesitate to do that, because these 90 days after 25th of October is going to be very, very good for you guys. All the best, and a big thumbs up for Sagittarius Ascendant or Sagittarius Moon sign. All right, let's go to the next one, the Capricorn or Makara Rasi. Right, so what is happening to Capricorn Ascendant personalities? So they are going to have an average time. The reason is because it is happening in their 10th house. Okay, so 10th house of Karma Sthanam. So whatever they are working on, the work that you do, even whether it is in your workplace, in the office, or any work that you do in your domestic front, has to be done cautiously. Always communicate well with the people who is around you. They may mistake you, they may have a misunderstanding, and as it is afflicting your karma sthana. Okay, but you will definitely get more success at the later stage after your Jupiter turns to you in your favorable situation, and as long as you don't spend too much money unnecessarily, you are okay. And I can say that it's an average. And health-wise, because it's a Bhumi Tattva Rashi or the earthy sign, you are going to face some problems, challenges, new type of thing, because you are the guys who are a little bit reluctant to take precautions on your health. So even a small headache that comes or a fever that comes, normally you guys tend to take some pill on your own, do not go to the doctor, and then you say, okay, let's fine, let it go on by itself, I'm perfectly all right. That type of attitude is not good, especially for those 90 days. So Capricorn Ascendant personalities, please watch out and make sure you pay attention for your health, and then you are good for the later half of that 90 days. All right, so that's it, and keep worshipping goddess Durga, the feminine form of Shakti, and that is going to help you. Durga Sapta Shloka, that's the best remedy for Capricorn Ascendant or Capricorn Moon sign personalities. All right, so it is an average time for you. The next one is Kumbha. So this Kumbha Rashi or the Kumbha Moon sign or the Kumbha Ascendant, Aquarius Ascendant. So for you guys, it's going to be average finances. Okay, it is happening on your Bhagyasthanam. So it is happening right there in the 9th house for you. And whenever this happens in the 9th house, you may find some minor health concerns, and your father may have a major health issues, and you have to be very cautious, because these 90 days are going to be more critical for your father. 9th house, according to us, is still father, and your father might be hospitalized, or he may have to go through some important treatment, and you have to spend money for that. All right, and do not change any jobs right now. You have to work hard, and there will be a lot of ups and downs in terms of your luck. So please pay attention to minor details of your health of your own, because you will have a very stressful 90 days from 25th of October. All right, so anyway, you are going through already the Sade Sati or Saturn 7.5 year period, and it's always better to go and pray for Saturn on every Saturdays. I have made separate video on that, and I would always strongly recommend you to listen to Vishnu Sahasranamam. That is the best remedy. You can always go to YouTube and type Vishnu Sahasranamam, okay, and you can always download it and keep it in your cell phones and keep on listening to it, especially in the morning times. Okay, that will help you a lot, and make sure that you do not spend unnecessarily. Take care of your father's health. All right, the last zodiac sign here is Meena Rashi, and it happens in the 8th house of health. So you have to be very careful. Your lower abdomen gets afflicted. The stomach related matters are going to be in abundance for you guys. Okay, so financial investment, please do not do anything sudden. 8th house means you may hear some sudden deaths of some near and dear ones. I'm not sure about it, who can be, but just take note that 8th house is the house of death and secrets and things like that. On the contrary, there may be you are expecting an inheritance that is supposed to come from either your parents or from your parents-in-law, and they forget to write that in their will, and you may lose that lose that inheritance. and things like that. So these are the things that may happen in the 90 days right from 25th of October. All right, so you are going to be more cautious from January onwards, because please remember, Saturn will enter your 12th house. So that is the beginning period of Sade Sati, or the 7.5 years period of Saturn, and you better start doing remedies and do the Saturday prayers. If not, you will have a lot of challenges, and if you are a student, you will have study problems, and if you are a businessman, you are going to face losses and stuffs like that. So what I would just say is, eighth house is, first pay attention to your health now, and be ready and start your prayers for Saturn, who is going to come in the 12th house. So I'm trying to link this solar eclipse to the Saturn's entry to the 12th house as well for you guys. So please take extra precautions. I'm talking to the Pisces ascendant or the Pisces moon sign people. All right. So to avoid the confusions, I will repeat one more time. I have put this slide in many of my other videos, and in this video also, I would like to share this one more time. Please understand, always, whatever people try to scare you about the solar eclipse and all that, and even whatever I spoke to you guys right now for the last half an hour, please consider that 75% of your results will be still coming from your original horoscope, dashas and antardashas. So what dasha you are going through, that is very important. As long as that is strong and that is good, you will have still, you continue to still receive 75% of good results. Okay, nothing to worry. But the 25%, the remaining 25% will always be going through these transit signs. Okay, so the transit and then eclipses. So please pay attention to the remaining 25% through transits, and then equal weightage of that 25%. That means 12.5% comes through your moon sign, and the remaining 12.5% comes through your ascendant. See, I'm making it very, very clear. I'm putting all the numbers so that the people should not get confused, right? So should I look from moon sign or should I look from Lagna? Please see from both of it, and this 25% Gocharapalam will be coming from both of these instances. All right, I don't think anybody else in the YouTube has put so specifically. I have put it specifically because I have seen this in last 25 years, that we have to pay attention to moon sign as well as Lagna. So Lagna, the ascendant, we have to pay attention because it's going to give you physical results, what is happening to you, whereas moon sign will directly affect your mind, okay, the way you react to the situations. And that's all about it. And I have some tips that the pregnant women has to follow during the solar eclipse. Please be very careful. There are so many tips here. You can always take a screenshot of it. But I would physically advise you guys not to come out during the eclipse time. Suppose you are in the you are in those countries or in the regions which I have mentioned, and eclipse is going on. Please, please, please do not come outside. You can always stay in your. In fact, I would even prefer a darker room. You can put all the screens off and stay in that room. Just watch TV. Just enjoy the music or something like that, because you are carrying a child. And I have seen instances wherein a mother who came out during the solar eclipse, and she was washing her clothes outside and drying it out, and she was exposed to the solar eclipse, solar radiation, and the child that was born later on was handicapped. Okay, it's a true fact I'm sharing with you guys, and that's why extra precaution has to be taken, especially by pregnant women, because you are creating a new life. Please do not expose that baby to which is in the womb to the solar radiation. It's really scientific, and I have seen this personally, that the child born from that particular womb was affected. All right. So other than that, I have given a lot of details here. I do not believe in mythological stuffs. Okay. So it is better not to eat during this solar eclipse. I believe that, because you may have some radiation effects, especially when you are in that belt of solar eclipse. If not, I don't see any evidences that you should take so much precaution. Okay, of course, it is good to take shower. All the pundits and all, they will keep on giving a lot of instructions and scare you guys. I think you should not pay attention to such things. Okay, as long as there is any scientific evidence or your own personal experience, please share it in the comment section. I would like to hear more and more, because otherwise people make money, they give you scary advices and all that you should ignore it. Okay, so go by the science, go by your experience, but make sure the pregnant woman has to be protected. She should not come outside. Other than that, I think I have shared most of the information. And then I said that I will talk about a little bit about the Europe situation with and NATO situation with Russia, right? So they are providing a lot of weapons to continue the war, and Ukraine is is a kind of winning. I don't say the word winning, but definitely they are getting into a positive front, and they have captured back those afflicted. Russian occupied areas again, right? So that means the war is getting intensified more and more, and this will affect the world's economy. That's what I wanted to say, more about the economy. And if this Russian war continues in much bigger way, and if Putin is going to scare the Europe that he's going to block the the gas supply in the winter. It's already started. It's already fall season in Europe, and it's going to be colder and colder. By the December, you are going to have a snowing season. It's going to be winter. So we need gas and we need energy from Russia. So there will be a lot of stress in that area, and that's why you can see this eclipse is also happening with the majority part of the Europe actually. So we hope that things gets better, and there is a better remedy of Jupiter, which moves to a zodiac sign of Aries later in April 2023. Okay, and Saturn is also moving. There's a lot of movement happening in between. Major planets are shifting gears. I hope and we pray for the Ukraine war to come down and stop it somewhere at some point of time. It's not, wars are not benefiting anyone, my friends. Okay, with this, we come to the end of this video. If you have any questions, please type it in the comment section. I would be glad to answer it whenever I have free time. All right, please click on subscribe button, and you will receive the notice of my videos whenever I'll upload it. Otherwise, thank you. Good night. Sayonara. Bye-bye.